Do you find it hard to forgive yourself and others sometimes? Are there things from your past that you have a really hard time letting go of? I'm Jenny Brav of Radiant Wholeness Healing, and today we're going to be exploring forgiveness. And down below, there's a link to a blog post where I have 6 tips on how you can work with forgiveness. And I won't go through all of them here. You can look at the blog post. But the first and probably the most important one is forgiving and accepting your anger, because we're not trying to bypass to forgiveness, and forgiveness isn't a should. It's not something that is the right thing to do, makes you a good person. It's really a place we can get to where we feel free. And that's the only reason to work towards forgiveness, because when we're hanging on to things that happened in the past, often that ties us energetically to them so that we're not able to move forward for ourselves. So I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable, and just feel into an area of your life you're having a hard time finding forgiveness. And again, it can be forgiving yourself, it can be forgiving others, often both. And noticing if there's a memory, if there are emotions that come up like frustration, anger, powerlessness. If there are any beliefs about yourself or the world that come up. For example, it could be you can't trust anyone, that you're all alone. And noticing any physical sensations in your body as you bring this up. Any places that are tight or achy, jittery, numb. Or you might leave your body altogether. Noticing if there are any memories associated with the lack of forgiveness. And it could be the actual thing that you're having a hard time letting go of, or it could be further back in time. It could be a memory of family members having a hard time forgiving others. And then imagining that you're fast forwarding to a time when you have reached forgiveness. Again, for yourself, others, both. And just feeling how you're living your life and feeling. And if you want to pause the video and write some of the answers down, feel free to. Otherwise, we'll jump right in. You can keep your eyes closed or open them, or alternate tapping on the side of the hand. Even though it can be hard for me to let go of the past. And repeat after me out loud or in your head. Even though it can be hard for me to let go of my past. to forgive myself or others. I'm open to loving and accepting myself deeply and completely at some point when I'm ready. Tapping in your head. Hi, part of me that has a hard time forgiving. Inside of the eyebrows, I see you. Outside of the eyes, I feel you. Under the eyes, I know you're angry. Under and above the lips, I know you're frustrated. Under the collarbone, it's okay to feel that way. Middle of the sternum, of course you feel that way. Ribs, it feels so unfair. Side of the body, hi, part of me that's having a hard time forgiving others. Inside of the wrist, I acknowledge you. Other wrist, I know you don't want me to forget. Tapping all over the head. You think that forgiving means it was okay. Inside of the eyebrows. You think that if we forgive, it might happen all over again. Outside of the eyes. Thanks for wanting to protect me. Under the eyes. Help make me better. Under and above the lips. I appreciate you. Under the collarbone. Thanks for the intention. Middle of the sternum. I know you just want to keep me safe. Ribs. And it's possible, side of the body, that the more we hang on to this, the more we replay what happened. Inside of the wrist. The more likely it is to happen again. And it's possible that in releasing it, inside of the eyebrows, allowing ourselves to move forward, outside of the eyes, it's actually less likely to happen again. It's possible there is more space for other things to come forth. Under and above the lips, breathe. And it's totally fine if I'm not ready. Under the collarbone, there is no pressure. Middle of the sternum. Hi, part of me that's having a hard time forgiving myself. Ribs. I see you. Out of the body. I feel you. Inside of the wrist. I acknowledge you for wanting to be responsible, other wrist, do better, be better, the head. You're worried that if I forgive myself, inside of the eyebrows, whatever happened might happen again. Outside of the eyes, breathe. And it's possible under the eyes that it happened because of the scared parts under and above the lips who are so scared of not being enough. Under the collarbone, not being loved. Middle sternum. And the angrier and less forgiving we are, ribs, the more scared those parts get. Side of the body. It's possible we can just send love to those parts. Inside of the wrist, breathe. Compassion. The wrist. It's possible we were doing the best we could with the tools we had. Head. I acknowledge the part of me that's resisting what is. Inside of the eyebrows, what was. Outside of the eyes, wants to rewrite the past. Under the eyes, I see you. I feel you. Under the little lips, breathe. And that's not actually possible. Under the collarbone, the more we hang on, but the more we hang on, try to change what happened in our head. The more stuck we are in the past. Side of the body, constantly re-traumatizing ourselves. Inside of the wrist. It's possible I can forgive myself or others. Other wrist, just so I can be free. Follow the head, and if that's not available, that is totally okay. Inside of the eyebrows. And I'm open to forgiving myself. Outside of the eyes, others. Under the eyes, my body. Under the lips, life. Breathe. Collarbone. Just so that my young, scared parts can experience what it's like. Sternum, to be in the present moment. To feel safe. Side of the body, enough. Side of the wrist, it's possible I'm ready now. Careful the wrist, breathe. Tapping on the head. And pausing in the tapping. And just noticing how you're feeling in this moment. You might also notice when you feel into the thing that's wanting forgiveness, if it all has your energy or if it also feels like there's inherited pain, family energy. Often when there's shame or things that we're having a hard time letting go of, often there's some family pattern that might show up. And if that's hard to access right now, that's totally fine. You can let it go. Otherwise, if you feel like there's inherited pain with your eyes open or closed, you can just nod to it, acknowledge that some of this might not be your own. And then if you feel ready, if not, you can do the rest of this video a few times, pause here. But if you're ready to release whatever it is you are hanging on to, not to be a good person, not to forgive the other person per se, but more so that you can be free of whatever it is and move forward. I invite you to nod and really acknowledge the part of you that was hanging on, trying to protect you. And then allowing yourself to release it, to let it go. Releasing any cords tying you to the memory, other people's energies. And if your eyes are open, closing them and just calling forth a future or parallel version of yourself who's already forgiven whatever it is. And just notice any qualities they have, how they're feeling, how they're living their life. And if and when you're ready, merging with that version of you and just noticing what that feels like in your body. There's lightness, freedom, more joy. And again, if it's not available yet, that's totally fine. And if it is, just imprinting this feeling of being merged with this version of you onto your neural pathways, bring the feeling into your crown, in your head, and bringing it into your whole nervous system. Squeezing your body, massaging it in, and then bringing this feeling into your heart. Filling your heart with this feeling of lightness, freedom, sending it up and down your timeline so that every age that came before and after this have the benefit of this healing. 5, tap all over your body, taking it out, touching something grounding. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. Do you feel a little lighter? Do you feel any shifts? If so, leave me a comment down below. Like, follow, subscribe, turn on notifications, and feel free to reach out for a 30-minute free consultation. I work a lot with clients on letting go of the past. Thank you so much.